Oh, kindly please don't annotate on the screen. Wait, I delete this. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. And he's a digital spirituality entrepreneur, Vedic facilitator, and life coach, and ancient Indian Vedic ambassador. International certified courses in neuro linguistic programming by Richard Bandler. Heal Your Life by Louis Hay. Mind Map and Fast Reading by Tony Busson. Sound Therapy, Graphology, and Nutrition. He has authored a book on radiology by Lambert Publications, Germany, and given classes in various medical and engineering colleges, including IITs and NITs, and addressed more than 5 lakh students till now. He became professor and head at a very young age of 35. He is currently the director of Youth Academy. He has addressed officials of various corporate companies like Infosys, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra, and others. Post Corona outbreak, he is working towards digital spirituality entrepreneurship for serving the nation and educating the society at large. And so also has a YouTube channel, and which we have around 4.5K subscribers. So you all can go and see wonderful sessions of sir there as well. Now, without taking much of your time, I would like to invite sir. But before that, some important points which you all should take care. They are, please make sure that you mention the correct name in your Zoom user name as college name underscore then your name. And at the end of the session, there will be a quiz. So please be there till the end and attempt the quiz, because your attendance will be considered if you have attempted the quiz. And based on that, we'll be distributing certificates at a later point of time. So thank you so much. We'd like to welcome Dr. Saurabh Chaudhary, sir. So
thank you very much for those words of introduction, Ankur. And right now I will be immediately sharing the screen. I need a lot of energy in this room. I'm seeing 144 participants and I'm showing the slides right now. If you are able to see the slides, please type Y in the chat box. I need a lot of energy in this room and a lot of sharing in the chat box so that I know that you are with me on this very important subject and life-changing. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Sinas. Thank you, Sunil. I'm loving. And please don't scratch on the screen. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you. Please don't touch the screen. Otherwise, others won't be able to see you. Thank you, Chandresh. Thank you, Surya. And right now, we'll be jumping into the session. We have to understand one very important thing in life, and that important thing is that today is a day of guided missiles in the hand of misguided men. Fast food but difficult to digest, broad roads, narrow hearts, smiling faces, crying hearts. There is love at first sight and there is divorce at first fight. How many of you agree with me? Please type Y in the chat box if you agree with me. So when the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, initially Arjun was in a difficult state. He said, my whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end and slipping from my again. I think there is some, I'm just sharing the slides and I will request that please don't tamper with the slides. Thank you. Yeah, if all of you are okay, so, where do I need to go? Yeah, can you just guide me? Only participant can just tell me which buttons.
In the last button.
Yeah, got it. I have to. Okay, just a second. Yeah, I'm going to the annotated and enable hide name of. Yeah, can you just tell me how to remove this?
So you can go and annotation. There's something. Okay, you have hidden that.
Yeah,
in that there will be clear screen or something similar option will be there.
Okay, yes, I'm just doing it. Clear all drawings. Yeah, done. Okay, is it okay now?
Yes, perfectly clear. Thank
all
you.
Of you are able to see it. Okay, now this cursor has come. I'm just removing that pencil from me. Just give me a second. Okay. So there we go. And all of you, please be active in the chat box, because I need a lot of sharing so that I know that all of you are with me. Okay. So Arjun was having a lack of confidence, anxiety, demoralized, stressed, and depression. Similarly, in this Corona era, we are in a difficult state. Previously, there was before Christ and after death, and now it's BC and AC, before Corona and after Corona. How many of you are interested in the subject and want to change your life today? Please type BIO in the chat box. BIO means bring it on. BIO, and please address the chat to everyone. BIO, right? But Arjuna emerged victorious. And how did he do it? Let us see in the further slides. So in our Discover the Inner Self, we will be seeing certain very important topics. Number one, am I the matter or am I the spirit? What are the scientific proofs for existence of the spirit soul? What is the living person difference between the living person and the robot? What is the mechanism of mind? And what are the practical benefits of the knowledge of soul in everyday life? Am I matter or am I spirit? I was recently giving a class in IIT Mumbai just before this session, and I was asking the students, who are you? Who are you? And I got a wonderful answers, right? Someone said I'm a doctor, someone said I'm an engineer, someone said I'm a postgraduate person. I said I did not ask what is your designation, I asked who are you? Someone said I'm Rohan, someone said I'm Mohan. I said I didn't ask your name, I said who are you? Someone said I am a boy, someone said I'm a girl. I said I didn't ask your sex, I am asking who are you? Now this is the very important question which changes our thought process and changes our thinking. Dr. Harry Monson, professor of anatomy, he did an interesting experiment. He said, let us find the cost price of the body. What is the cost price of the body? And they found out that the body is made up of the muscles, the bones, calcium, phosphorus. 90% of the body is water. Now the total cost of the body was rupees 110. My question to you is very simple. Will any of your parents sell you for 110? Please type Y or N in the chat box. Right, I'm loving the energy in the room. Good, good, good. Soul human, very nice. Thank you. So we have to understand this important thing, that what is the cost price of the body. Now, does it sound like you, that you are the person with rupees 110 tag within you? No, we are not just the chemicals. So who are we? Are we the body? Are we the mind? And we are seeing a number of souls. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. All of you know, very famous Sri Devi, right? She was a beauty queen. She was one of the most beautiful ladies in the world of cinema. But after death, what happened? We say in Hindi, wo chal basa, he has passed away. When I am in the cardiac care unit and a dead body is there, the nurse immediately say, hatao, hatao, remove, jaldi nikalo. What has happened? What happened in 1 second? How the dead body is there now and what is different? So let us study this. Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 20th shloka, for the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. And this is a very great news for all of us. Here you are seeing a small child and you're going big, and now it's a young person, an adult, and slowly it becomes old and it withers. Let us see what is the difference between body and the soul, and this is very important. Body is made up of matter and soul is made up of spirit. Body is not conscious and soul is conscious. The body is constantly changing. Every cell of the body is changing. As a MBBS MD professor and head of the department in MD radio diagnosis, I can tell a nerve cell, a muscle cell, a bone cell, a RBC, WBC, everything has a fixed span of life. But you are the same Saurabh, you are the same Rohan, you are the same Mohan. Every cell of the body has changed, but one thing has not changed, and that is the spirit soul. Body is temporary, soul is eternal. Body is dead and soul is alive. So please note these 5 differences, because this is nothing but yourself. Now look at me carefully. This is my hand. All of you have to answer in the chat box. This is my hand, but am I this hand? Write Y or N in the chat box. ये मेरा हाथ है, क्या मैं ये हाथ हूं? This is my hand. No, thank you, Ane, thank you, Ashwan, Barsi. I'm loving the answer. Thakur, Sanesh, Shailesh, good. Vijay, all no. This is my hand. I am not this hand. This is my leg. I am not this leg. Now all of you are engineers, integrate. This is my body, but I am not this body. So if this is my body and I am not this body, who am I? I am the spirit soul. So this is the basic thing which we need to understand, whether it is Hinduism, the spirit soul, whether it is Islam or the Ruh, or whether it is Christian or the Sanatan Dharma or the Atma, the soul is the most important. Let us see some material viewpoint of life, some materialistic viewpoint of life, which says we are the bodies made up of matter. Jeena yahan, marna yahan, iske siwa jana kahan. We are no more than a chemical bundles. Everything is finished at the time of death. So this is the materialistic viewpoint, which is not true. But what is the real truth? Let us see. Spiritual viewpoint. We are not the material body of flesh and bones. Nainam chinnanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. Neither it is pierced by the weapon, nor wet by the water, nor burnt by the fire. We are the spirit soul encaged within the material body. Vasang sijirnani yatha vihaya, mentioned in the initial chapters of Bhagavad Gita. We do not die when the material body stops to function, but the spirit soul is always eternal. Now, please understand, look at this example very carefully. I will be showing this again to you, and look at this example. Just as a bird trapped in the cage, the soul is similarly trapped in the body made up of the 5 elements, right? This lady, look at this lady very carefully. There is a golden page and she's painting the cage. She's painting it with gold, but inside the bird has died because she wants to show to the whole world that I have a golden cage. But actually the bird is dead because in the course of painting the golden page, a cage, she has forgotten that there is a bird inside. So the body is made up of Panch Mahabhut, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now you may say, doctor, how are you telling this? I heard in medical science that body is made up of muscle. Well, the whole periodic table is there in the body in the form of earth, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, whatever. 90% of the body is water. Where is fire inside the body? Ask a patient with corona who has 103 degrees fever, or ask a person who is having the acidity due to hurry, curry, and worry. And there is a acidity due to fire of digestion, and there is air within the body, and ether is the empty space within the body. Not knowing their real identity as the soul, the people spend all their life polishing the cage, pampering the body, without feeding the real important person who is the soul, right? Because at the time of death, you will not understand that what is there and what's not there. What is the thing which goes after death? That is the spirit soul and the most important thing. Now we have covered the first thing. You are able to see the cursor. If you are able to see the cursor, please type C in the chat box. C for cursor. C for cursor. Am I the spirit or am I the matter? Thank you for these answers. Now coming to the important thing, scientific proof for existence of the soul. Wow, I'm loving the energy in the room. Such amazing participation. Great. I congratulate all the people from Hyderabad. 170 participants. Please understand what is the difference between science and spirituality. I have been a student of science for the last 25 years. I have international publications in various journals. And now I will be telling you the difference between science and spirituality. Science in this world answers the how of things, and spirituality in this world answers the why of things. How does a person die? There are 1 million reasons which the medical science can give you. Corona, blood pressure, diabetes, hypertension. But why does a person die? And the answer is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Antakale cha mameva smaranamuktvaram. How does it rain? The answer is given by science, by evaporation, condensation, and rain. And why does it rain? The answer is given in the Bhagavad Gita. So scientific proof for existence of the soul. We have already seen that whether I matter or I'm spirit. Now let us come to science, because all of us, right? All of us, yeah, some COVID symptoms are coming up with people. Scientific proofs for existence of the soul. And let us see what are the scientific proofs. Number one, common sense. Number two, consciousness. Number three, yaad rakhiye do word, NDE and OBE. NDE is near death experience and OBE is out of body experience, reincarnation and research, right? So these four things we will be seeing, which are the scientific proofs. Number one, common sense. Number two, consciousness. Number three, NDEs and OBEs. And number four, reincarnation. Now let us see what it is. Common sense. When a person dies, we say he has passed away. Wo chal basa. My question is, who has passed away? The body is still there. The body is still there. Actually, the soul has passed away. The Atma has passed away. And the Ruh has passed away. Now let us see the second proof. First is common sense. Second thing is consciousness. Consciousness matlab chetna. Now look very carefully. There is a beautiful sunset happening in the jungle, and there is a camera or a recorder on one side, and there is a person on one side. Camera can do perfect recording, but will the camera get feelings? No, the camera will not get feelings. But when you see a beautiful sunset, you feel good within yourself, which a camera doesn't get, क्योंकि आपके अंदर चेतना है और कैमरा में नहीं है. Consciousness means to be aware of the thinking, feeling, and intention, and that is because of the spirit soul. And what is this? Very important, dosto. Please understand, as a medical science professor, I can tell you with guarantee that I have personally experienced this. Whenever a person is near death or he is in an operation theater under anesthesia, sometimes the patient says that, sir, maine pura operation dekha. Now, my question is, how can he see the whole operation when he is in the operation table? The answer is very simple. It is the OBE, out of body experience. Ek chota bachcha bolta hai, we see with our eyes, we hear with our ears, but our eye doesn't see and the ear doesn't hear. Just ek chashma se jaise light vibration andar jata hai, waise hi from the eyes, the light vibration goes inside. The rectilinear propagation light goes inside, but it is the soul who sees. So near the time of death or outside of the body, what happens is the soul actually near the operation theater light, he can see the whole operation because we see with our eyes, but our eyes doesn't see. Who sees? The soul sees, right? So please, there is enough research done on this. If you type out in Google about reincarnation, you will get a host of books on NDEs and OBEs. There is research on the eternal soul by Dr. Bigelow. Then there is this important person, reincarnation research by Ian Stevenson. And this is the host of books which you can find out and Google it out on reincarnation research as to what happens after death. Everyone in this world has phobias. किसी को चिड़िया का डर, किसी को कीड़े का डर, किसी को fear का डर, किसी को पानी का डर, but डर is there, right? Now there you go in Encyclopedia Britannica, you can see a list of thousands of phobias. Phobias are related to the mode of person, mode of death of the person whose life is being remembered. किस तरीके से वो पिछले जन्म में मरा था, how did he leave his body, that becomes the phobia. If he drowned in the water, if he drowned in the water, then he will be having the phobia of water in the next life. चूहे का डर, छिपकली का डर, and there are so many phobias. This is nothing but past life memories. Now, my dear friends, I want to ask you a question for you in the chat box. And the question is, how many of you feel that kabhi na kabhi aisa incident happened in me before? I have gone through this experience. Please type M in the chat box. M for me. If you had an experience in life, jahan aapko laga ki you have gone through this experience, you have been to this place, this thing is repeating, and M, just see, look at the chat box, Logo ko ye khud bhi experience hai. There is Bermuda's Triangle, there is telepathy, there is hunch, there is clairvoyance, there are so many mystical things in this world. For example, if in the previous life, we ended in drowning, there will be the phobia of water. So it is very important to understand these facts, where phobias are nothing but past life memory. Still we go into the reincarnation research. Yes, we will take all the questions. Don't worry. A lot of things to do. Okay. Even when there is a monozygotic homozygous twins, यानी दोनों बिल्कुल एक जैसे दिखते हैं, एक जैसा सब कुछ करते हैं, एवरीथिंग इज सेम अबाउट बोथ द पर्सन, लेकिन बोथ आर टोटली डिफरेंट. उनका थिंकिंग, उनका फीलिंग, उनका बीइंग, दिस इज डिफरेंट बिकॉज आत्मा अलग है ना. शरीर ऑलमोस्ट एक जैसा दिख रहा है बट आत्मा अलग है ना, इसीलिए थिंकिंग, फीलिंग, विलिंग इज डिफरेंट. यस, वी विल बी डूइंग समथिंग अबाउट द पीपीटीज. थैंक यू, फनी, थैंक यू. So even when the twin pregnancy is there, the souls are different. What is the reincarnation research? Because there is lack of time, I'm not showing this movie right now, but I will request the master of the ceremony and the organizers to post this beautiful movie in your chat box to you, where a young boy at an early age was remembering everything about a fighter jet. He was remembering how to fly the plane, and he was talking about planes from morning to night. And when his parents took him to that plane, which he actually found, and he went and sat inside the plane, and he was knowing all the buttons. How it is possible? Because the sole survivor, he had died in an aircraft crash in the last life, right? So this is the video. I'll not be showing it the video right now because of lack of time. And this is the story of Shukla by the research scholar Dr. Ian Stevenson. She is a small Indian girl. Shukla was a little more than 5 years and the daughter of Sri Sengupta, and she was born in a particular family in Bharatpur, and she was knowing everything about her past life. She was telling the road, she was telling the lane, she was telling the house number, and she told that पिछले जन्म में शुक्ला के साथ क्या हुआ था. Their parents took her there. Shukla recognized her previous lifetime house. Shukla recognized her mother-in-law, brother-in-law, husband and daughter, and indicated that Sri Haridhan Chakravarti was her husband. Can you believe this? Can you believe this about the past reincarnation life? And the nicknames also she was remembering. So a lot of research has been done by different scientists on different aspects of reincarnation, whether it be Benjamin Franklin, whether it be John Adams or Socrates. I am confident that there truly is such a thing as the spirit soul. Now, we have covered the first topic, am I matter or am I spirit? We have covered the scientific proofs of the existence of soul. Now we will be seeing the third part, and we have covered, and going to the next part, let us see what is the difference between the living person and the robot. Very interesting. Now we will see a particular drama. Is man not just a powerful robot or computer? So I'll show you a short video and listen to this video. Now a movie is going on. On one side there is a camera which is taking the video recording, and on the other side there is the judges. The judges have an experience. The judges have elation, sorrow and anger. The judges are conscious and the judges are judging, but the camera has no experience, no emotion, no consciousness and no judging. Why? After all, why? A beautiful question was asked by a person to a Swamiji. And what was that question? Swamiji, I think our body is just a complex machine that gets worn out and crashes. Why should we bother about the Atma or the soul powering the body? Swamiji told him a beautiful thing. Does your car or computer grow? Do you have a male and a female car which can combine and come together, and there can be a baby car? The living body undergoes the 6 changes, whereas matter depreciates. So it is very important for us to understand that it is the soul that makes the living body alive. And the most important thing in the body is the spirit soul. What are the 3 major differences between the living body and the dead? A living body undergoes the 6 changes while matter only dwindles. A male and a female living body can multiply similar species. Machines can't reproduce by union. And the living body has consciousness, thinking, feeling, willing, while matter has no consciousness. Let us see some amazing things about the life. Punarapi janmam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha samsare bahudushtare kripa kari pahi murare. There is birth or janma, there is growth, there is maintenance, there is production of byproducts, there is dwindling and death. 84 lakh yoni, 8.4 million species. Everyone has to undergo these 6 changes. And what are these 6 changes? These 6 changes are birth, growth, maintenance of byproducts, and then dwindling and finally death. Coming to the next important topic, which is very important, mind mein bada problem hai. How to control the mind? Sushant Singh Rajput, why the suicide happened or murder happened? How many of you have heard a cricket commentary? Please type C in the chat box. If you have heard a cricket commentary, please type C in the chat box. Sachin ne 6 mara, 4 mara, and then he became a bowled out, and this happened and that happened. दोस्तों, अब कितने लोगों ने अंदर के कमेंट्री को सुना है, जहां अंदर आपसे कोई बोलता है, बॉस ये क्या चल रहा है, ये कौन लेक्चर दे रहा है, ये कौन इतने जल्दी जल्दी बोल रहा है, व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड मेरे को प्यार करती है नहीं करती, शी लव्स मी नॉट, वो देखती मेरे को बोलती कुछ और. मैन इज अ स्ट्रेंज एनिमल, गिव हिम कोल्ड ही वांट्स इट हॉट, गिव हिम हॉट ही वांट्स इट कोल्ड, गिव हिम कोल्ड ही वांट्स इट हॉट, ऑलवेज वांटिंग व्हाट इज नॉट. मैन इज अ स्ट्रेंज एनिमल. आदमी एक अजीब प्राणी है जो सोचता कुछ और है, बोलता कुछ और है, दिखाता कुछ और है, करता कुछ और है, इसीलिए उसके साथ होता कुछ और है. राइट? सो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द माइंड. How many of you want to be successful, happy? How many of you want to be a real person? Just by wearing a Raymond suit, no one becomes a complete man. You become a complete man when you understand the mechanism of the mind, how the mind functions. Brain is the hardware and mind is the software. Brain is the hardware and mind is the software. And currently there are viruses looming in the software. How do we put the antivirus so that we understand the mechanism of the mind? So let us go. Let us deeply understand. दोस्तों ध्यान से देखिएगा. राइट? थोड़ा हिंदी भी बोलेंगे, थोड़ा इंग्लिश भी बोलेंगे, इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे, हिंदी प्लस इंग्लिश. Please remember, this is the most important slide. Now, if look at my cursor very carefully, the outside body, which we are able to see of the skin, the muscle, the bone, the hair and the nail, this is the gross body. And gross body is made up of muscle, bone, nerve, blood, bile, urea. And this is the earth element. 90% of the body is water. Fire is the fire of digestion, and air is there within the body, and ether is the empty space within the body. And subtle element, gross body and subtle body is the sukshma sharir, mind. What is the difference between brain and mind? Brain is gross body and mind is subtle body. Brain is dimag and mind is man. You could be sitting here, but your man or mind could be in Sydney Sea Beach, Australia. Man, buddhi, ahankar, this is the subtle body. And outside, within the gross body is the subtle body. And within the subtle body is the atma or the soul. Please understand this very, very important difference. And स्थूल शरीर से ज्यादा सूक्ष्म है सूक्ष्म शरीर, और सूक्ष्म शरीर से भी ज्यादा सूक्ष्म है आत्मा. So please understand the 5 senses, 5 जो senses है इंद्रिया, ज्ञान इंद्रिया, is the eyes, the ear, the nose, the tongue and the skin. Are you all remembering 5? Ear, eye, nose, tongue and the skin. Whatever we see in this world, the input goes from the senses to the mind. सब आंखें बंद कर लीजिए, all of you close your eyes, and now I will be telling you something and just see what comes in your mind. So all of you, please don't think about this person whom I'm going to tell you, and that person is a red monkey. क्या सोचा आप लोगों ने? All of you thought about the red monkey, but I told you not to think about the red monkey. So mind is a storehouse of thoughts, unfulfilled desires and previous experiences. अगर आप आंखें बंद करेंगे and I tell you गुलाब जामुन, तो आपका अंदर में गुलाब जामुन दिखेगा within the मस्तिष्क पटल and the internal sky of your mind. And what is the intelligence? The intelligence is the decision maker which makes. Now this is very important slide, my dear friend. ध्यान से देखो, बार बार देखो, हजार बार देखो. मैं ये slide को फिर से दिखाऊंगा, right? So there are 5 horses, 5 घोड़े हैं. And you can see in the horse, there is a eye ghoda, there is a nose ghoda, there is a ear ghoda. And these 5 horses are connected to the intelligence through this rope. And this rope is the mind. Intelligence is the person who is controlling the horses through the mind. And the person in the white dress is the Atma or the soul. Or ye Rath or the chariot is the body. So I will revise once again. The chariot is the body. The Atma is the soul sitting in the chariot. The charioteer or the Rathi, Sarathi, is the intelligence. And the rope is the mind. And the horses are the senses, right? Very correct. Now, suppose I feed the horses bagpiper gold whiskey. क्या होने वाला है? They will shout, they will go mad, and your whole chariot will topple over. And this is the journey of your life. ये रास्ता है आपका जिंदगी का रास्ता. So the horses have to be in control. The mind has to be in control. And the grip of the intelligence has to be in the grip of the mind has to be by the intelligence. And if the intelligence is a tuberculosis patient, will he be able to control the mad horses? Never. So the intelligence has to be strong. And I will be discussing all about this. Then the journey of your life or this sansara chakra will be smoother for you. What does Lord Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jita. Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jita. Once I was going in the car in my city to a village. I was going in my car from a city to a village, and all of a sudden, a big fat buffalo came in front of my car. So I was constantly pressing the horn, pa, 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 and the buffalo was also sounding the horn. Humbo, oh, oh. So I was not understanding what to do. So I got out of the car. I can't do anything. There was a rope. If I pull the buffalo, it will also pull me. The more I pull, it will say, hey. So I did a different thing. I did and showed some grass, and the buffalo went away. You cannot fight with the mind. The mind is the best of friend, or it could be the worst of the enemy. Just like you hear a cricket commentary, your mind can say, boss, दुनिया में तूने किया ही किया है. You're good for nothing. Neither your parents are pleased with you, nor your girlfriend is pleased with you, nor the society is pleased with you. Neither you are good. Boss, एक काम कर. पंखा देख रहा है? Are you seeing the fan? Take your tile, लटक जा, खत्म कर, जिंदगी को खत्म कर. So your mind, if it is under control, it becomes the best of the friend. And if the mind is not controlled, it can become your worst enemy. And it can go to the stage of it can convince you, boss, जिंदगी में रखा क्या है? Suicide कर, खत्म हो जा. Please understand, did you ever get a news in the newspaper that today a monkey committed suicide? एक बंदर अपने आप को अपने पूंछ में, he hanged himself upside down on the tail and tried to die. Did a news was there in the news Times of India? Did you ever get a news that a dog fought with a bitch and they came in front of the railway track? मैं मरना चाहती हूँ, मैं लड़ाई की हूँ. Who is the most intelligent species? The humans. And what is happening to them? So please understand that the control of the mind is very important. And Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, when Arjun is telling the mind is very difficult to control, Krishna is telling, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. And for one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the greatest enemy. Just some time back, I was giving a class in IIT Bombay, and one boy said to me, sir, ये सब थोड़ी ना सही है, ये सब गीता, महाभारत, रामायण, these are all mythology. Well, my dear friend, this is nothing of that sort. This is not myth. This is reality. Harry Potter is mythology. Harry Potter is fiction. It is not reality. आज भी कुरुक्षेत्र है, आज भी जगन्नाथपुरी है, आज भी नासिक है, द्वारका है, जगन्नाथपुरी है, रामेश्वरम है, वृंदावन है, मथुरा है. How can we say that this is not true? So let us understand the nature of the mind. Understanding the nature of the mind is very, very important and vital. When the mind is controlled, it is your best friend. And when the mind is not controlled, it becomes your greatest enemy. Mind is compared to the knife. एक छुरी or knife is neither good or bad. In the surgeon's hand, it can save the life. But in the hand of a miscreant or a murderer, it can take life. So mind in itself is neither good nor bad. It depends on how you use your mind, how you use that knife. Now, morning to evening, my dear friends, for all those participants who will stick on to the end, I give you a promise that I'm going to give you gifts. How many of you want gifts? Please type G in the chat box if you want some gifts from me. Please type G in the chat box if you want some gifts from me. Wow, G, 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 so many G's, and I'm going to give you lot many G's for those who stick on till the end. So please remember, my dear friend, right? From morning to night, we are so careful about our diet. शरीर का खाना है भोजन, मन का खाना है अच्छे विचार, और आत्मा का भोजन है spirituality or mantra meditation. We will be seeing. So if garbage goes in, garbage comes out, and if good goes in, good comes out. We are so careful about the diet. I need a vegetarian diet, I need a vegan diet, I need a ketotic diet, I need a pure diet. अरे गाड़ी में तो पेट्रोल डाल रहे हो, ड्राइवर को क्या खिला रहे हो, right? What is the input which you are giving to our mind? When we get up early in the morning, we are reading newspapers in which he is raped, he is murdered, corona हो गया, corona, corona. मैं तो बोलता हूं corona में कुछ तो करो ना. And what is the food for the soul that we are discussing in today's topic? The food for the soul is spirituality. The food for the soul is mantra. And just as the body is satisfied when food goes within, our hunger goes off. Similarly, the soul is completely satisfied when you engage with spirituality. And where do we get our scripts from? आप कैसे व्यक्ति हैं अगर पता करना है ना, सिर्फ 4 क्वेश्चन पूछिए. What are the kind of books which we read? What are the kind of movies which we see? What is the kind of music which we listen? And what are the kind of friends we keep? तो दोस्तों पहला गिफ्ट मैं दे रहा हूं आप लोग को बता के. If you want to be successful in life, find out that who are the 5 people जिसकी चेतना में आप रहते हैं. Find out the 5 people who are really there in your consciousness, क्योंकि आपका जिंदगी हो जाएगा A plus B plus C plus D plus E divided by 5. अगर आप फालतू लोगों के साथ हैं, अगर आप फेलियर्स के साथ हैं, अगर आप ड्रंकर्ड्स के साथ हैं, अगर आप स्मोकर्स के साथ हैं, बहुत जल्दी भी आप डाउन चले जाएंगे. अगर आप टॉपर्स के साथ हैं, आप टॉपर बहेंगे, बिकॉज आपका संग, आपका रंग, आपका ढंग सब एक जैसा होता है. So see, read the quality books. See my library behind, there are 5,000 books. The Gita, the Bhagavad, the Puran, the motivational books, the Puranas, the scriptures, the Vedas. What kind of movies we see, what kind of music we listen, and what kind of friends we keep. So there is a mental dialogue which is going on in the mind. जैसे मैंने बताया, हाँ? The mind feels and the intelligence thinks. Mind बोलता है, I am an engineer. I should at least know cigarette खाने से पीने से क्या होता है. With a cigarette in my hand, I feel like a man. Smoking makes me cool. अब मुझे नहीं समझ में आता कि स्मोकिंग से कूल कैसे फील हो सकता है आदमी, right? Intelligence thinks. But that's not a good habit, my dear friend. If you smoke the cigarette now, the cigarette will smoke you later. Now you smoke a cigarette and feel like a man, but when you come to me as a radiologist and I see your CT scan and there is a bronchogenic carcinoma in the lung, what can you do, right? So it is very important to understand some realities of life, and we covered the mechanism of the mind. Coming to the most important part, the last part, practical benefits of the knowledge of the soul. सर बड़ी बड़ी बातें तो आपने कर ली, मेरे को इससे फायदा क्या होगा, मैं ये सेमिनार में आया क्यों हूं? डोंट वरी दोस्तों, मैं बहुत सारा गिफ्ट देने वाला हूं. WIIFM, what is in it for me? आज से 22 साल पहले, August 1998, I attended this seminar in the college auditorium and my life totally changed. What are the practical benefits of the soul in everyday's life? Let us see this. Everyone is fighting. Hindu versus Muslim, white versus black, rich versus poor, educated versus illiterate. जब कोरोना में खून की जरूरत होती है, कोई पूछता नहीं है हिंदू खून या मुस्लिम खून या क्रिश्चियन ब्लड और हिंदू ब्लड. Because beautiful versus ugly. Now let us see what is the power of the soul. One consciousness is the bodily consciousness or dehatma buddhi, and one consciousness is the spiritual consciousness, what unites us. Like, what is the bodily consciousness? Like, you know, which country we are, European, Chinese, white, black. But what unites us is that people from all walks of life come together for a higher cause, knowing that these bodies are superficial, but soul is the real thing within the body. So this helps us to unite us and rising above the inferiority complex. हर आदमी को टेंशन होता है, मैं काला हूं, मैं मोटा हूं, मैं देखने में अच्छा नहीं हूं, मेरा जॉकट ऋतिक रोशन की तरह क्यों नहीं है? I am black, short, ugly. Will anybody look at me? I have no talents. I am from a poor family. I'm not able to study. Life doesn't seem to be good, right? What should I do? But a soul will say, I am not this body, but a pure soul with abundant potential. Mame vangsho jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. I am the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am a part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I am Satchid and Ananda. I am full of love, knowledge, serenity. I told you that I'm going to give you a lot of gifts. और ये quote को आप लोग note कर लें. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Shukla Vatstramachi Vindu Lokalena Lokai. If a white cloth is there and you focus on the white, it's good. But if you focus on the black dot, you can always complain about the black dot. If you appreciate the beauty of the moon, you can feel very happy. But if you complain about the black dots in the moon, the black dhabba in the moon, then your life can be very miserable. What should be the positive outlook? Positive outlook and attitude towards life. When we are in the bodily consciousness, we will say, everybody is selfish. Just see how is not cooperating. I feel lonely. No one talks to me. हाथी के दिखाने वाले दांत अलग, खाने वाले दांत. क्या करूं क्या ना करूं, ये कैसी मुश्किल है, कोई तो बता दे इसका हल रे मेरे भाई. Bodily consciousness. No wisdom that everyone is originally a part and parcel of Supreme. Such people sing a song, मेरा जीवन कोरा कागज कोरा ही रह गया, जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ. Because they don't read the Bhagavad Gita. They don't cultivate on the real aspects of life. So instead of blaming my friend for being non-cooperative, let me learn to help him and be more kind and courteous with him. Then hopefully he'll change. Unless I set a good example, what's the point demanding the same thing? So such people will have tolerance, patience, consideration, and a high degree of potentiality. And the right use of resources. One person is in the bodily consciousness. This person, I have so many million US dollars in the Swiss bank account. Baap bada na bhaiya, sabse bada rupaiya. So much money I have. What to do? But the other person, his thought process is different. Look at the cows. These cows are suffering. Let me feed them some grass. Let me do some contribution. I have come into this world just for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. No, something is there, a higher purpose in life. आप मैकडी में बैठे हैं, मैकडोनल्ड्स में बैठ के आप दोस्त के साथ बर्गर खा रहे हैं, and you are eating a burger, he's eating a burger. All of a sudden, he goes to the loo, he goes to the washroom, and you, out of masti, just eat away his burger. And he comes to you and says, where is my burger, dost? You say, pet mein nikal le. And there is some sort of happiness in dealing with friends in this way. Now, both of them got out of the MACD joint, and now an older lady is about to cross the road. It's a highway. She's wearing the black goggles because she has come from a cataract surgery. And now both of you catch the hand and help the old lady cross the road. So there is situation 1 in which you ate an extra burger, and there is a situation 2 in which you help the old lady cross the road. Which gives more happiness? Please type in the chat box, 1 or 2. Please type in the chat box, 1 or 2. Which gives more happiness? Thank you, Anand, Anil. Thank you, Tanvi. Thank you, Premesh, Jitesh, Indrajit, Kurshi, Kaushik, Govind, Anurag. Funny. Thank you, everyone. 2. सबको समझ में आता है कि there are different levels of happiness. There is happiness at the level of the body, there is happiness at the level of the mind, and there is happiness at the level of the soul. And the happiness at the level of the soul is the highest kind of happiness which you can experience in this present life. So coming to the last slide of today's session. हाँ, अब शांत हो जाइए, अब चैट बॉक्स में कुछ मत लिखिए, because this is the most important slide in which I will be revising the whole session for today. So my dear friends, I started with the session in summary as, am I body or am I spirit? Am I matter or am I spirit? Is our body made up of 110 rupees? What is the difference between the body and the soul? What is the material viewpoint and what is the spiritual viewpoint? Who is the unseen driver of the bodily car? Just like a car has 4 wheels, we have 2 hands, 2 legs. The car has 2 headlights, we have 2 eyes. The car has a radiator, we also have a heart. But the most important person in the car is the driver, because without the driver, the car will not move, and without the soul, the body will not move. Then we discussed the scientific proofs of existence of soul. I told you by common sense, this is my hand, but I am not this hand. This is my leg, but I am not this leg. This is my body, but I am not this body. So who am I? Then there is consciousness or chetna. A camera is taking a photo and a person is taking a photo. The camera has no chetna. It doesn't feel good. Then I talked about the NDE and the OBE, near death experience and out of body experience. And then I told you so many stories, and the videos will come to you in your WhatsApp messages, right? 3-4 beautiful videos on reincarnation. Then I discussed the and the robot. Then we discussed that all living beings undergo these 6 changes. And what are these 6 changes? Birth, growth, maintenance, byproducts, dwindling, and death. And then we discussed the mechanism of the mind, the gross subtle body and the soul, mind, intelligence, ego, and what are the practical benefits of the soul. And what are the practical benefits? Last slide: universal brotherhood, rising above the inferiority complex, positive outlook towards life, and the right use of resources. With this, I would like to thank all the people who helped in making the slideshow. Special thanks to Radhesham Das, whose session you all have attended, with Mr. Vivek Bindra, who has made these slideshows, Discover Yourself and the mantra slides, and all the other people who have helped this. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. I am seeing many questions coming in, and I'll be happy to answer each and every question. So now what I'll do, I will request the organizers to take in the questions, and a link has been put in the chat box. A link has been put about my YouTube channel, Dr. Saurabh Chaudhary, by my digital team. I will request them to put it again. Suppose I'm not able to answer any particular question, you can type it in the comment section, and I'll be answering all the questions personally. Over to Ankur for further course of action. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saurabh Chaudhary sir. Thank you so much for such an ecstatic session with wonderful scientific explanations, and finding that what we are lacking as humans. We don't lack any material things, but we are lacking the spiritual knowledge of soul. And what is the practical application of that also is also very, very helpful. Now, as sir said, we are open for question answers. Either you can raise your hands, we will unmute you, or if you want to ask in chat, then please ask. I will repeat the question and then sir can answer. And please fill the form, because that form will be considered for your attendance. Without that, no attendance, and with no attendance, you won't be given the certificates. Thank you.
So my dear friends, I have a request to all of you. आप लोगों ने देखा कि I have given the session with my full energy. Now, what I want from you is that you all please fill in the form which Ankur just mentioned, because that is very important for you, and your feedbacks help us to serve you better in a big way, in such a way that you feel connected. So all your questions, please fill in the form which has been put by Ankur. Please fill this form, because that will help us to connect to you and send you the videos of this session, which we missed out because of lack of time, and all your questions will be eventually answered. So Ankur, I wanted to ask you, there have already a lot of questions in the chat box. Can I take those questions? Because
sure, sir.
Yeah. So how to change the pattern of mind? Question by Sindhura Agarwal. So if you want to change the pattern of the mind, very important is to change the input to your mind. Whatever input you are giving to the mind, the same output will come in. So associate with positive thoughts, associate with spiritual scriptures. I will give you a very simple formula. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. A for association of devotees. Means associate with the mentors who have called you for the program. It's monsoon season and there are a lot of mangoes. The mangoes which stick onto the trees, they will automatically become ripe. But as soon as the mango falls on the ground, it rots. So become like a mango, be connected to the program. I have been connected to my gurus and to my mentors for the last 22 years. And I also undergo my training sessions. So be connected. That is the most important message from my to all of you. A for association, B for books. Books like the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad, and the spiritual scriptures. C is for chanting of mantras. Special mantras will be told to you, and that is the food for the soul. I said food for the body is the bhojan, food for the mind is the good thoughts, and food for the soul is the mantra. And D is for diet. Diet is so important. Jaisa anna vaisa man. Bishoir anna khaile molina hobe man, molina man hoile nahi Krishna smaran. So this answer is ABD. A, B, C, and D. Sir, I am following Bhagavad Gita to control particular habit, but I can't able. What to do? So please understand that just by reading the book, it is not enough, because knowing is not doing. Doing is knowing. So you need personal guidance. You need to connect yourself with the mentors. So you can connect with Ankur, who will be connecting you with the right person. Don't worry, all the habits, the unwanted habits, whether it be masturbation, whether it be smoking, drinking, boozing, it will all go away. If there is too much darkness, don't try to remove the darkness little. Just light a matchstick and the darkness will go away. Om agyanti mirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve nama. Okay, so I'll be taking some questions. One day I sat in a webinar and a student said, I don't believe in I am ethics. What should I react? Don't worry about others, right? Sabse bada rog kya kahenge log, right? There is a difference. One more gift I'm going to give you. 174 participants. ध्यान से सुनिए this gift. आत्मा को मानने में, आत्मा को जानने में, आत्मा को समझने में और आत्मा को महसूस करने में बहुत अंतर है दोस्तों. आत्मा को मानने में, as Indians we have some faith. We have heard from our grandfather, grandmother, father, mother. आत्मा को मानना. दूसरा है आत्मा को जानना. By Jnana Yoga, by understanding and hearing this process or reading the books. And then is Atma ko samajhna. That is a higher stage. And there is Atma ko mehsoos karna, right? So it is very important that slowly and slowly, that's why I say, be connected. Those who are calling you for the programs, log 10 cheez bolenge, be connected and all your answers will be there. Sir, please answer that what is the real and the main motto of life? Wow. Thakur Prasad, give him a big hand, huh? What is the real motto of life? देखिए सच कड़वा होता है लेकिन मैं सच ही बोलूंगा, right? The real motto of life is to understand who am I, who is God, and why I have come into this world, and how do I connect with God. आज योगा को बड़ा चीज बना दिया गया है. Someone is doing dog yoga, which is called doga. Someone is doing some physical yoga. Someone is doing some gymnastics. Yoga comes from the word yuj, and yuj means to connect. Connecting Atma to the Paramatma. When the Atma connects to the Paramatma, that is the purpose of life. Sir, how much is our prescribed duty important along with following the scriptures, and how to balance both? Beautiful question by Rohit Chaudhary. And I will answer this question by a beautiful shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Yukta ahara viharasya. Anyone who is regulated in his habit of eating, ahar, eating, sleeping, recreation and work, eating, sleeping, recreation and work, can practice the yoga system and mitigate all the material pains, right? Sir, so many questions. I don't know what to take, which to take. Okay. Sir, how do I attend the future classes? Okay, so I have already put the link of the YouTube channel. You can connect in the YouTube, and the mentors over here, they will be guiding you everything. कौन सा बुक पढ़ना है, कौन सा सेशन में आना है, कौन सा फ्यूचर टॉक में जाना है. मेरा बस बार बार आप लोग से रिक्वेस्ट है, challenges आएगा, टेस्ट्स आएगा, be continuous and keep attending the classes. Okay. How should I start the day? Very beautiful question. It is told that you never get a second chance to make the first impression, and the last impression is the lasting impression, because the morning shows the day. So how should you start the day? You should get up in the Brahma Muhurta. That means 1.5 hours before the sunrise, and your day should start by chanting of the spiritual mantras, which our mentors will guide you. I'm just seeing amazing enthusiasm among all of you, and you will be guided accordingly. You will be guided accordingly. Tanvi Mehta has asked a question. I have a doubt, doctor. I saw a dream of an unknown person, death, in my dream, who was staying in our complex. In a few days, that person was no more. What does this mean? This is very simple, Tanvi. This is actually telepathy. This is called hunch, right? This is, see, if you type in Google, if you type in Google, CLAIRVOYANT, there are multiple things in this universe. There is astrology, there is astrovastu, there is metaphysics, there is Bermuda's Triangle. So there are subtle things. See, medical teaches about the dead body, and engineering teaches about matter, energy, and interconversion of matter and energy. Where is the university which will speak about the spirit soul? That's why these programs are very important. Please be connected. Please be connected with all these things, right? Now I'm taking some more questions, and Ankur, you just stop me, huh? Because when I see questions,
actually 2-3 of them have raised hands.
yeah, so I think we can give them the chance. Ankur, you can moderate it.
Yeah. Basar, could you please unmute yourself and ask question?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Basar. Please tell me.
Sir, myself, Yashwant.
Yes.
Sir, I want to ask 2 questions. Like, I'm also atheist, like, but a lot of my atheist friends argue with me that there is no God, there is no soul, there is, when I suggest them to read Bhagavad Gita, they give a tag called, it is a Hindu book. Why shouldn't read that Hindu book? When I suggest Bhagavad Gita to my friends, they always reject it, just because they started believing it as a Hindu book, Hindu scripture, and they started rejecting it. People are in this myth, sir. We should not give a tag like this to Bhagavad Gita, because it is not a religious script. It is
okay, Yashwant, I got your question. Can I start answering it? Because of lack of time, I'm taking the answer. So please understand, there is nothing like Hindu. There was Indus Valley civilization. Okay, can I answer the first question and get to the next
question? Then after that I'll. Oh, okay. Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay, so there is nothing like Hindu. Hindu has come from the word Indu, and Indu has come from Indus Valley civilization, right? There is only Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means eternal religion, right? This religion which I'm talking about is Sanatan Dharma, which is there right from the start of creation. Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhujante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. And you don't bother about the friends who are not believing in God, because unka time nahi aaya hai. You can just give them some Krishna Prasad, or you can give them some spiritual food, but don't force them. The time will come. You increase your level. You increase your spirituality. You work on yourself, because your vibe attracts your tribe. The resonance and the frequency with which you will vibrate, you will attract such people in your life. एक मधुमक्खी घूम घूम के कचड़े में भी फूल पे बैठती है, और एक मक्खी फूल के गार्डन में भी कचड़े पर बैठती है, right? So what you need to just do is work on yourself. Be connected to the programs, raise your level, and soon these people will change when they listen to you and when you connect them to the program. Is it clear, Yashwant? Can we go to the next question? Can I, yes, Dr. Sharda, you can unmute yourself. You're a senior citizen, so I would give you the chance. Yes, Dr. Sharda. Can you unmute yourself, ma'am? Can you unmute yourself? The red button is on, so I'm not able to hear. Someone can help her unmute. Okay, till the time she unmutes, I'll go to the next question. Yes, can we take, yes.
She has unmuted.
Yeah, can I ask you, please?
Yes, please. Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask you how to become Dvandvatita. And another thing, what is real Atma Sakshatkar? Just knowing Atma or rising higher level to that.
Right. So what we need to do, that we don't need to focus on the results right now. Let us do our prescribed duty. And what is the prescribed duty, right? There are 3 duties for one is constitutional duty, That is the duty of the spirit soul. One is the prescribed duty in this world, which you need to do as a husband, a father, a daughter, whatever position you are there in life. So when you keep doing your duties, slowly and slowly, there are different yogas: karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and a bhakti yoga, right? So whatever situation in your life you are, you don't have to change that situation, but slowly you add Krishna in your life. Now suppose you are eating, so you take Krishna prasadam. Suppose you like to sing a song, then you can chant some beautiful mantras like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I know a boy who would sing guitar. He was so affluent with guitar and he would sing so many filmy songs. So I gave him this tune. And now he was playing this guitar. Now he had a propensity to play the guitar. Now he doesn't have to do anything. Instead of playing the materialistic songs, he can play the songs of spiritual sound vibration, and that will purify him. Suppose you have a habit of cooking nicely. So rather than cooking for the family, it's better that we offer that food to God and then the whole family takes. Is it clear, Dr. Shada? Thank you. Thank you so much. Can we go to the next question? Venkat, please. Venkat, you can unmute and ask your question. Venkat. You are muted. You have to press the red button. Not able to hear you. Venkat, yeah.
Yes, yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So last 15 days, I regularly chanting. At that time, I get some professional thoughts only. Otherwise, nothing else. Just coming in mind, only professional thoughts. I cannot control that.
Yeah. Venkat, I got your question. Please mute yourself. I'll answer your question. Don't worry. A room looks very clean, but as soon as you take a jhadu and you start sweeping the room, a lot of dust will start coming. A lot of dust will move, right? So as soon as you started chanting, you actually started cleaning your room. You started cleaning your consciousness, and this dust is coming. Don't worry. The dust will come and it will go and it will settle down. So even if the professional thoughts are coming, continue the chanting and slowly it will go away. Okay, thank you. Can we, yes, Keshav, can you unmute and ask yourself the question? I'm trying to give all people chance. Yes, Keshav, unmute yourself, please.
Hello,
Keshav,
sir. Sir,
yes.
I want to become, hello, sir. I want to become public speaker, but I have the fear of the speaking. I don't know why. While I can imagine how to speak, where to pause, but when reality it will come, I can't able to speak one word also. I don't know what is happening with me.
Got it.
Please.
Keshav, mute yourself. Question, I got you, Keshav. So Keshav, I was just like you. In August 1998, I was such a shy boy from a small town in Jharkhand. I was not able to talk. I was not able to speak. But I followed the process of Krishna consciousness to the best of my ability. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yad kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Mukam karoti vachalam. A person who cannot speak, he will become so talkative and influential. Pangum langha yate girim. A person who is pangu or who is not able to move because of limping, he can cross the Mount Everest. Yad kripa tamaham vande. If you get the kripa of Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you can do anything. What to become a public speaker? You can become the best motivational speaker in the whole world. Mama evangsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We just have to be transparent to access the mercy of God. Is it clear, Keshav? Can we go to the next question? Tanvi. I think Tanvi is done. And Newman, can you unmute yourself and ask the question, please? Quick.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a general doubt that I am facing such difficulty like lack of concentration, lack of focus, and some memory issues while studying in this pandemic.
Yeah.
Before pandemic and COVID situation, I was absolutely fine. Post-COVID, this situation is arising. How to defeat it?
Yeah, so please understand, I will tell you, in my YouTube, I have given a class especially for IIT BHU students, especially on concentration and focus. So you could go to my YouTube channel and look into it. But for you, as of now, I will give an answer. See, this mind, suppose there is a dark room. And you take a torch and you focus in the dark room. So wherever the torch will focus, that thing you will be able to see. So similarly, if you focus on a particular thing, you will be able to see wherever your attention goes, energy flows. So for you, my answer is A, B, C, D. A for association of devotees. This will help you become self-aware. When you become self-aware, the viruses which are running in the mind software will slowly go away. Kama, krodha, lobha, moh, ghrina, mad, matsarya, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. And you will be able to experience the pure consciousness. And what to speak of focus? You will be so focused that even if you want to defocus, your mind will go again and again into that focus. A for association of devotees. B for books. Regularly read the spiritual books. Listen to the mantras, listen to the shlokas. And C for chanting of the mantra. And D for diet. Have the spiritual food, and by this your focus can increase, right? Ankur, you can stop me when you want. Otherwise, I don't know how long to go on.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you so much for giving us precious time and answering in such wonderful practical way to all of them. And we request you, all of those who could not get the answers, kindly fill the form and fill the questions there as well. And we'll surely reach out to you and give the correct answers. So thank you so much, sir. And to again have sir for your association. Tomorrow he'll be again coming for the next session. Same time on Zoom. So all of you are requested to please come and have such association and have your questions answered again and again and with so much enthusiasm. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you again.
Thank you, everyone. So I am waiting for all of you to meet you again to answer all your questions. Same time, same Zoom, tomorrow, same time. So please mark yourself, invite your friends, and let us have a great session. It was a pleasure being with all of you. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you again tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The recording has stopped.